What's going on, everybody? It is Azazel, and I decided to go ahead and do my Q&A video that I said I would do. I got quite a few questions. I'm probably not going to get to every single one of them. I may have to split this up into a two-part video. But what I have done is I've just picked the questions. I didn't put them in any particular order. I just kind of grabbed the ones that I saw, and I'll answer them. And if this gets a little bit too long, I'll go ahead and just make a second video. Second thing I want to add onto there is that if you hear some pops or booms or anything, it's 4th of July weekend, might be fireworks going on, so I'll apologize for that. I also have no clue what gameplay is going to be in the background because I'm going to add this later. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to it. First question. Helix Nebula. He asked me what my favorite Call of Duty camo was. And this took a little bit of thought, and I stuck with Fall Camo from Modern Warfare 2. And the reason that I loved it is because I remember that that was the first time that someone said vomit camo, and I thought it was hilarious. I saw it in a YouTube video, and when I earned the Fall Camo, I just looked and went, yeah, that's puke. That looks exactly like puke. And that's what I've been stuck with ever since. That's my favorite one. Blue Man Plays asked me a question, and this one gets kind of deep. Some of the questions were really deep. I was pretty impressed with some of them. Blue Man Plays asked one that was, it's one I really can't answer, but I do want to kind of go into it. He said, not to be racist, but if you could choose any race that you would be, what would it be? And I was like, well, that's weird. Not the kind of question you would expect in a YouTube video from a gamer. So I was like, oh, pretty unique. And I personally think that the race is irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. I think that race is something that should be, I don't want to say ignored, but it shouldn't be focused on as much as it is, because I think that's a lot of the problem with racism, is that we focus on it too much, so that drives me insane. All right? Next question. Dinosaur Taco asked me 3 questions in one, pretty simple though. Favorite color, favorite animal, favorite food, and then he said, oh, I don't know, favorite car. My favorite color is purple. I've always liked purple. Purple, red, black, those have always been my favorites. My favorite animal is the bull shark because it doesn't give a fuck. Bull sharks will swim in a river. They don't care about the ocean. I mean, I'm pretty sure that bull sharks actually probably walk on land. They're just that big of a bunch of asshole sharks. And my favorite food, oh, God, that one's hard because I'm fat and I love food. But I'm going to have to go ahead and say that steak. Steak, man. I'm all-American for that. Just a rare, great big cut. Love it. And my favorite car, I've always been a big fan of old muscle cars. Not that I could ever own one or afford one or know anything about cars, which I don't. But I love the Hemi. I've always loved the Hemi. And Staying on Mars. He knows I live in the Louisville area, so he asked, what's your favorite hangout? He's been around here. He's got family in the area, so he's been around here and hung out someplace. I used to hang out a lot at this bar that is in the highlands of Louisville called Cahoots. And it's a dirty, nasty little bar, but they played good music, and their drinks were incredibly cheap and incredibly strong. Like, you could go into that place and for $10 get so drunk that you wouldn't be able to walk out the fucking door. So that's a good place to hang out. I don't go there very often anymore. Gavin Miller, he asked, do you feel that now that women can be in combat in the military, that women should have to sign up for the draft just like men? And I was like, well, it's another deep question. And I decided to answer that very simply. Yes. If we want equality for both sexes, then yes. I believe that they should have to sign up for the draft. It's only fair. Your Ass Is Mine, a buddy of mine. He asked me if I could have one job for the rest of my life and not have to worry about income, what would it be? And I answered that, and I've actually answered this one before, but stand-up comedian. That was always, I love stand-up comedy. It cracks me up. That's what I would love to do. And then, let's see, Gamer JB2000 asked me, and this question is a good lead-in to the next question, he asked me, what kind of music do I listen to? And, well, I listen to a lot of old-school classic rock, and mainly, my number one go-to type of music is heavy metal. I've always been a big metalhead since I was about 12 or 13 years old, and as I get older, I start listening to heavier metal. It just gets heavier and heavier. Alright, Miss Smooth Jazz, thank you for this question. Thank you. I hate you. I hate you a lot. Miss Smooth Jazz, she asked me, fuck, marry, kill. Would I fuck Lars Ulrich, the drummer from Metallica, Dave Mustaine, the lead singer and guitar player of Megadeth, and Glenn Danzig, the lead singer of Danzig and one of the founding members of the Misfits? And, oh God, so here's what I decided. I would marry Lars Ulrich. He's super rich, and I think I could put up with him the most, which is really creepy. I would fuck Dave Mustaine because he has beautiful hair. And I would kill Danzig because he's a goddamn asshole and he tries to sue everybody. Plus, I just want to fight that little man. Alright, buddy of mine, Logan Wood, he asked me, what other YouTubers do I watch and what got me into YouTube? That one got asked a couple of times, so let's go ahead and go into that. I watch a bunch of other YouTubers. I have now, for the most part, I watch smaller channels. I still watch a few bigger channels, such as Thunder, and I go to Thunderstruck Gaming quite a bit, and I watch stuff there. But I tend to watch the smaller channels more because I get more enjoyment out of it. It's nothing against them. It's just when I do watch larger YouTubers, I find myself going back and watching a bunch of their videos at once. I watch Apocalypse a lot. I watch Thunder. I also watch my friend Carlos, who you guys should know by now. I watch Pico 210, the Overpowered Network. I watch their channel and some of their other directors as well. Absolute Pab, who is a hidden gem on YouTube, by the way. Diana, who is also on Team Overpowered with me. And here lately, I've just recently discovered Multi-Styles, and I can't even remember how I discovered him because it's just a few weeks ago, but I love his commentary style. Very chill, mellow, love it. Let's see. And the Schwantz27. He said if I could move anywhere in the world without having to worry about income, and I could just have a steady income, where would it be? And that would be Norway. And I know a couple of people, a couple of my subscribers, you are from Norway. I love your country. I would love to move there. Gammon Nom. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Let's get to this. So I got two more and then I'm done. Gammon Non asked me, what's my day job? He said, I've kind of talked about the fact that I have a desk job, but not gone into detail. Basically, Gammon, what I do is I train people in a call center to take phone calls for customers, right? And for multiple businesses. It's, like, for example, we used to have Time Warner Cable as a client. We have Charbroil, Grill Maker, Whirlpool Maytag Appliances. I train people to take calls from customers when they have customer service questions or warranty questions, so on and so forth. And finally, from another one of my longtime subscribers here, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but I believe it is Teresco or Teresk OP Legend. He asked if I was still training MMA. No, I'm not. I have not trained in MMA in about 4 years. I fought in 2010, the one fight that I had that I talked about on one of my older videos. I fought in 2010, won that fight, and about 3 or 4 months later, I gave it up. It just got to where I realized that I didn't have the dedication, I didn't have the willpower that was needed in order to make that into, I guess you could say, a career or even a serious hobby. It was very demanding physically. It was very demanding of my schedule as well. And I didn't have that luxury. I had to have a flexible schedule because of work at the time. And I missed a lot of training. And of course, when you miss training like that, you suffer for it later. All right, especially when it comes to, you know, being punched in the face or punching other people in the face. So those are the questions that I've had to answer today. If I did not get to your question, I will in another video because this is getting to be about a 9-minute video. So I will go ahead and make another video, maybe in the next week or two, to answer the rest of the questions that I didn't ask, or excuse me, that I didn't answer. And if anybody else has any other questions that weren't already answered, I can get to those too if you put them down in the comments. I do appreciate this. It is cool answering these questions and seeing what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble for going on 9 minutes. And it has been Azazel.